Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olson, the Tolkien Professor, joined as always by my friend Grifflet, who's just sitting at the feet of Éowyn. You know, it's just, there are many people that he's been starstruck to meet here in Lotro, but getting to hang out with Éowyn and help her here in Edoras has been pretty cool. It's one thing I've been really reflecting on this past week is how much fun it is. I was just talking about this in a YouTube interview yesterday. How much fun it is the way that, even though the Lotro folks have paid, have worked so hard to make the epic quest line, sort of line up with the chronology as best they can. If you discount all the travel time and stuff, of course. But anyway, I really appreciate how they've done that. And yet, I love the way in which, when you go around and you do a more thorough, viewing of the game, you don't just follow the epic track, but you do all the side quests and everything. You get a chance to, it's like you pause time, right? You get to be, meanwhile, back in Edoras, what was happening when they went off to Helm's Deep? And of course, we hear a little bit about what happened, but it's like, you get to be here and spend the whole time with Éowyn. From when they leave, from when the army leaves until, they get up to Dunharrow. And yet you also get to be, with Theoden and Aragorn and, at Helm's Deep. That's just awesome. I mean, I just love the way that we get to sort of explore not only every nook and cranny of the countryside, but every thread, of the plot that's going on, including, of course, many which are not explicitly in the book at all. So anyway, I think this is terrific fun. So Éowyn, glad I could help you get things cleaned up here in Edoras and ready to go. And we are ready. We are ready. Okay. So I think we're going to head to Underharrow, right? We finished last time the last of the quests. Yeah, and I can get blown up if I want to. Oh, I know. I've already been trying to debate, do I think Griffith would want that experience? It's not going to be nearly as spontaneous as when Wiggin got it, of course, but it's all fun. Anyway, so I'm so I think Underharrow, right? Underharrow is where I should be headed here. Let me go back to my quests here, because I got no current quests. So we are Eastfold? No, look for danger on the road to Aldberg. We should finish because if we, there we go. Yeah, because Underharrow, Upper Harrow, Upburn and Underharrow and Dunharrow are here in Kingstead. So before we go off to the Eastfold to a different section entirely, we should finish Kingstead, right? Which means Underharrow and Dunharrow, I would assume. So, yeah. All right. I think that's what happens here. At Kingstead, other quests. Yep, the Burdens of Underharrow. Almost time to talk to Ellen Fremedon. And if I recall, isn't that where my next... yeah, that's where my next epic quest goes too. So it's time to pick that one back up again. Okay, right. And I do have... I got my Stone Deans Vector quest down there, and I've got my Eastfold Vector quest that I was just looking at. My Broadacres Vector quest. I'm all over the place. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna go on to Underharrow then, because I think looking at the levels, yeah, that's 86. That one's 88. Eastfold is 88. Broadacres is 91. So, yeah. Wailing Hills? What? I got a lot of dead quests here. Stone Deans, that's 92. Okay, yep, definitely Underharrow. Well, interesting. The epic one is 88. That's interesting. After you've helped the people of Entwade, travel to the entrance of Underharrow. Okay. Well, fine. I mean, I'm over level for them both anyway, but... Alright. Bye, Eowyn! See you up the road. So, let's see. We just, I'm gonna travel overland rather than... I guess I should really war steed, you know, because I'm in Rohan and they're all going to make fun of me for riding this old pony through town. But, you know, I hate trying to navigate war steeds in towns. All right. Oh, cool. Little Redhead says you started watching my early adventures, watched episodes 1 and 2 when I was running around the Shire. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, no problem. But that was a long time ago. I barely even remember that. That was like, what was it, 2016? Maybe? Yeah. Anyway, it was ages ago. We're going on 5 years of Grifflet at this point. But anyway, glad you could join me live here today. That's a lot of fun. 2015? Are you kidding me? Holy cow! Already well past 5 years of Grifflet. May of 2015. Unbelievable. Yikes. Coming in on 6 years of Grifflet. 6 years, and he's at level 91. 6 years to Idaros. Good grief. Wow. Thank you for not bringing up the failed protection of the walking tree when Grifflet was like, you know, what, level 7 or something? My goodness. Okay, so where am I going? Underharrow. I wish I knew where I were going. Okay, I'm on the road. Yeah, I just follow the road, and we can't miss it. Okay, fine. It's a little dark. That's all right. I can still see. Nothing like as dark as it is upstairs in Idaros. And it was darker in the attics of Idaros than it was in the deeps of Moria. Now entering Idaros. I love it when I'm going like right along the edge of the other smaller map. All right, so let's talk about some lore questions today. I had a really fun conversation with Matt, the host of the Nerd of the Rings YouTube channel yesterday. We did a live Q&A discussion yesterday, and that was a lot of fun. Had a good time geeking out with the Nerd of the Rings, and I saw a couple of you guys there in the chat, and let's see. Oh yeah, and I got to talk about my Lotro stuff for quite a bit at the end there. That was really fun. Give a little pitch. Matt, the host of the channel, had kind of dabbled with Lotro, but was kind of wondering how to get into it. And I'm like, how you do it is just do everything, and then you'll be fine. No, I was kidding. That's not, in fact, the advice I gave, because that would be terrible advice. I mean, you should do that, but like for a beginner who's worried about being overwhelmed by this enormous game, that's probably not the best advice. JJ, that would be fun. A walking tree, never forget T-shirt. That would be fun. That would be fun. Fairly specific for Grifflet fans. Nobody else would get it. But yeah, no, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah. Yes, they should do your Lotro 101 class series, Druid's Fire, which was excellent. Yeah, no, it was mostly, his question was not exactly like it wasn't like a how-to question. It was, you know, wait, where's Oh, the milestone's right up here. Okay. The question was like, he's a beginner, and just doesn't have like much time, and knows the game is enormous and kind of overwhelming. Would really like to kind of see it and get into it, but was wondering how. And so my advice was like, look, if your time is limited, just do the epic. Focus on the epic. It'll take you through the story. You'll be able to level up. You don't have to go everywhere and do everything, and that'll enable you to explore the world and see, get a good, thorough exposure to the whole, the whole thing. Because it is, I mean, gosh, how many hundreds of hours of gameplay does Lotro have available now? It's kind of amazing. Wait a second. I just right-clicked that thing. I just right-clicked that thing like a boss. Hang on a second. Can I just right-click stuff now? Did I fix it? I got a new mouse, which might be helping. Let's see, yeah. Not going to need Adara so much anymore, I think. Okay. I can... Seriously? I can just right-click the things? What a privilege that would be. Let's see. Okay. Looking for somebody to talk to. Just got kid dancing on rock. Glad to see we're taking the war seriously in Underharrow. No, I'm kidding. I'm not trying to tease you up there. Actually, I am teasing you, but I'm just teasing, kid. Like, you keep dancing, man. That's what we need. Like, let the refugees from Edoras come here and be welcomed by kid dancing on rock. What could be better for the morale of the people? What are you doing? You're just driving nails into a beam. Lots of them. Okay. All right. You secure that beam to itself. What is that red box? I guess it's another beam? Where does it come from? It's not a box. Looks like a box. What on earth? Grifflet back slowly away from that stable and its peculiar stable person. Okay. The people of Underharrow are very unfriendly so far. Nobody wants to talk. There's nothing to do and nobody to talk to, and somebody sleeping in that wagon. Who's sleeping in the wagon? Okay. Some dude. Okay. That's fine. You guys do you over here. I'm gonna keep going, I guess. This horse standing here patiently next to this empty wagon, like, wasn't somebody loading this or something? Can I just go? I know I'm not really in Underharrow yet, but it's like the suburbs. Underharrow has a suburb, apparently, and a peculiar suburb, I would add. But which has a milestone. So, like, I can always go back to the weird suburb of Underharrow if I want to, at pretty much a moment's notice. And, okay. I've discovered real Underharrow. Hey. Hi there. Okay, I thought it was a gate guard at first, and I'm like, why is that gate guard wearing, like, a ranger outfit? And then I was realizing, no, it's a PC. Okay, fine. Alright. Hi, Horn. Where's the team? Let me look around here. Hey, refugees, right? You guys come up from Edoras? Strong work. It's okay that you're not dancing on rocks. You guys are cool anyway. Alright, Horn, I'll be right back. Not trying to blow you off. Just wanting to look around before you can tell me to do something, and then I'm going to have to do something, and I won't be able to look around. So these are the refugee camps. Right? We're stirring. Okay, he's at least got a purpose. I'm not sure what it is. Staking down his little tarpaulin there, I guess. That's good. She's giving them a talking to. Trying to decide whether she's warning them against the dangers of dancing on rocks or enjoining them to dance on rocks. It's got to be one of the two. There's really nothing else that a mother would be talking to her children about here. Ooh, what a nifty symbol. I like it. So the symbol of Underharrow is a Pukul person. Yeah, sorry, trying to be, you know, Pukul gender inclusive there. Inclusive of various Pukul genders. Okay. Interesting cut stone on these houses. It's not just me, right? That's different. I won't say new, like it's unique necessarily, but most of the Rohirric houses that we've seen have been wood. And this, of course, still has the carved wooden beams, which are so lovely, and the nice little horsehead doors. I just opened that. I just right-clicked on it. My right-click is fixed with my new mouse. How wonderful. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my life is made new. Unbelievable. Woohoo. Yeah, I was thinking that too, Phil. On the one hand, more stone is available here because they're right next to the they're next to the mountains, so that's certainly true enough. But of course, just there was so much wood being used, even in places where there were hills and things like oh, what's the name of that place? That other place. So distinctive. Over in East Rohan, this one, no. This one, no. It's in the Norcrofts. Elthingels, that's what I'm thinking of. Elthingels. Yeah, even in places like Elthingels, which was up in the hills, was still almost entirely wood. No, not Hütbold, which was, of course, made of wood, which was part of its problem in the first place, right? It burned down, fell over, and then I rebuilt it. But these guys are not refugees. They're just hanging. She's draped rather decorously over that bench. I like it. I like it. Yeah. No, that's very... Okay. I don't know why that strikes me as funny. It just does. We got doors. I'm just right-clicking doors because I can. Let's go in. Why not? Underharrow home. Yeah, a typical Underharrow home. Chaste pair of single beds. Oops, sorry, dude. Chiseled old gentleman gazing soulfully into the fire. Or perhaps you're watching your pot. That's why it's not boiling, man. Didn't you know that? Yeah, when you watch a pot, it sets it into the quantum state of not boiling. You know, and now you've observed it, so it's stuck there. Pretty sure that's how that works. Anyway, boy, he's expecting company. It's probably for the people out to the side and the decorously draped lady. And plenty of supplies. What do we have here? Potatoes? Looks like taters to me. Plus a bunch of other things. Okay. All right. Good to see I'm attending to the important things in Underharrow here. You know, JJ, I wonder if that's part of the reason why I find this funny. JJ says, I hate when one person takes multiple seats to themselves while others are forced to stand. Yes, this long bench, it's a combination of the simplicity of the bench and the elaborateness of her posture, right? Like one usually, like that's a hard kind of bench to lounge on, right? Like to recline on, but she's contriving it somehow, which is impressive. And then the combination of that, like, and that there are three guys all standing around, not sitting on the bench, while she is, you know, arranged herself so decorously on the bench, which makes, you know, her look like this, I don't know, like a display piece in the middle. It's weird. And I don't remember anybody stoking the fire with a shovel before, but why not? Why not? Anyway, Okay. Sorry, I'm just like, I thought the first thing to do in Underharrow would be to pry nosily into everyone's personal lives. Okay, hi, stable master. Hang on, I'm gonna right-click you. Oh, look at that! It works! I can't even handle it. Okay. For those of you who are new to the stream, I've been having issues which involved not being able to use the... There's another milestone here? What? Why on earth did they put this milestone here? The milestone to nowhere. In that, like, pointless, silent suburb of Underharrow. Is that Upburn? Is that what that is? So that's Upburn? Hang on a second, let me check. Is that what my... Doggone it. It is Upburn. Why would anyone go to Upburn? Why on earth would we need a milestone to it? There's no one we can even interact with. That is bizarre. I assumed when I saw it that it was like the Underharrow, like the, you know, the local one that they just kind of put a little ways out of town in the suburbs for some reason. But weird, weird, weird. I don't need to go back to Upburn where people are so unfriendly. Oh, it's Ellen Fremedon herself. Carrying a lute, and I can't help but think a rather threatening manner. So you're Eowyn's rival, huh? Lady, I can't approve. I just can't approve. I'm totally Team Eowyn, just FYI. Gotta like, lay that out in advance. Got the, alright, Forge Master just quietly over here being like, hey, yeah, minding my own business, repairing relics from the First Age, like you do. Is this the mead hall? Okay, Ellen, I'm gonna check out the mead hall. If I can, no problem. The wood looks greenish. Oh, yeah, we got a whole green thing going on. A greenish tint all over the place. Do they actually stain the wood green? Oh, those... The green knotwork and lovely tapestries. I mean, we've seen this design before, but I don't remember that color scheme. And with the columns, oh, really makes that banner pop, you know what I mean? I like the green theme. This is really nice. Nice, clean. Okay, but there's a problem. Serious problem. Seriously? Okay. All right. This kind of speaks to the personality issues of Ellen Fremedon. Which, again, I'm assuming she's got a problem. Because, like, if she's Eowyn's rival, then, like, she must have issues. Because who doesn't like Eowyn? So, I mean, look at this. It's not just the food hanging out here and collecting flies. Because we do that all over the place in Rohan. That's normal. The problem is, there are two problems. I love the decor in this mead hall. It's lovely. That huge, thick central beam, super cool. Very impressive. The hearth. The hearth is A, tiny, and B, just like up here right in front of the high seat. So, and then there are these other tables, like the primary Thanes. It's the side facing tables that bother me. Like this whole, I mean, it could be a little bit worse, right? I mean, like they could have a fourth table over here facing it so that they're a completely closed circle, but it's kind of closed circle like, and they're hogging all the heat. So like, imagine how cold the warriors who get to sit down here, which are presumably the crappy warriors, right? Like they're the junior warriors. They're down here. Like, look how far away they are from the fire. It's going to be freezing down here. And, okay, so that's one problem, the proximity, but that they seem to be hogging the warmth of the room. But then, like, they divide up their warriors into these little, like, groups, like, four tops all over the hall instead of the like communal tables. Politically speaking, I disapprove of this mead hall. I think that their design is antipathetic to the kind of community spirit that a Thane should want to encourage among their people and their warriors. I just don't know. And are the cages down here meant to hold? No, I wouldn't think so. You burn down the pillar if you made braziers. There aren't even braziers. I mean, I agree that those iron rings there look like crowns, but no, they look like braziers, but I don't think they are. Those are wooden columns. You wouldn't want burning coals in there. No, I don't see any. The only braziers I see are, guess where? Right up here next to the high seats. So like 100% of the heat source way down at one end of the hall. So they're nice and toasty at the high seat, and they leave all their warriors in the cold. That is not a good look. That is not a good look. Okay, Ellen, it might not be your fault, but I have issues. Hang on, I better go talk to Horn first, Ellen. Be right back. Let's talk to Horn in case he sends me to you, and, you know, because I wouldn't want to have to run back and forth, obviously. So, okay, refugees down here, little town up there. Hey there, Horn. I'm just going to right-click you. It doesn't get old.
Now we must find Ellen Fremedon.
I thought you might do that, Horn. We have arrived. Now we must find Ellen Fremedon and hope that the tapestry of her that Éowyn wove for us was an exaggeration. Let's hope. But I got to tell you, Horn, that, you know, the interior decoration of their mead hall does not inspire me with confidence. It really doesn't. I must confess that her distaste for the woman strikes me as rather strange. Who, Éowyn's distaste? By all accounts, Ellen Fremedon has never spoken against the good of Rohan and has been nothing but loyal to the kingdom and to her husband Dunharrow. Indeed, she is a minstrel of no small skill herself. Yeah, I saw she was holding a lute that looked like she was ready to bop me with it. I heard her play the fiddle once at Eowyrth several years ago, and she made it sing in a way I have never heard before nor since. Still, no mistake. These are unwelcome tidings we bring. Even the most reasonable lady will not be pleased to hear the news that many scores of folk are seeking to shelter in her hall. And shiver in her hall, I would add. Though maybe if you put enough bodies in there, it'll warm it up. Okay. All right, Horn. Horn has spoken for Ellen Fremedon, which, you know, I won't say it totally revises my opinion, but it, you know, informs it. I'm a little bit more open-minded. Maybe Éowyn has issues. Maybe it's a one-sided thing, and, you know, like, Ellen Fremedon is quite innocent and genuinely likes Éowyn, and just Éowyn, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? What do you say? Let's do the epic first.
Your tidings are over late, bringer of ill news.
That's a good start, Ellen. Ever since early this morn, ragged folk have been pouring into Underharrow, bringing hungry mouths and sad tales. I will not close my gates to them, for the word of Theoden King is law, and Dunharrow my husband would be wroth were I to disobey the word of the mark. I will do my duty, but Éowyn cannot expect me to be pleased about sheltering so many. Okay, not sure Éowyn's wrong. You perhaps can provide some help to me in return for this hospitality. Sure. The blacksmith Ordwald is forging weapons and armor by his home to the south. Go to him and carry the heavy barrels of swords, armor, and spears back to me. Dude, that's the job you're giving to the Hobbit? No problem. Fortunately, you are in luck. Running errands is one of my specialities.
If you will help us, then do so.
Ah, so Éowyn believes it enough aid to send you here. How thoughtful of her. Oh, man. In one sentence, you insult both Éowyn and me? Lady, as the warriors and my husband are away, if you wish to be put at work, I have no shortage of it for you. Okay. All right. Sharing Éowyn's opinion.
There is work to be done here.
As you can see, Underharrow is playing host to far too many. Worse still, little has been done to ensure our safety since the men rode west. As I see it, to house here, with no means to defend them, so many here with no means to defend them, is lacking in even the most basic strategy. Éowyn will not hear it, the foolish girl. Being thrust into leadership means not that you are a wise leader. You want to throw down right now, Ellen? Ah, but you wish to listen to my concerns. Not really. No. What is this? Like Mean Girls of Rohan? Wait, didn't I accept that? Oh. Oh, I have to travel with you? Let us speak. Okay, I was hoping to stop speaking with you.
Long at odds with the glory-seeking Eowyn, Ellen Fremedon of Underharrow finds herself overwhelmed by the task of sheltering the helpless of Rohan.
Wait, excuse me. The glory-seeking Eowyn? What? Sorry, Gleowyn. Because that's Gleowyn speaking, isn't it? The voiceover dude? For real? Like, is that this channeling Ellen Fremedon's perspective here? Tell me your story, Ellen Fremedon.
What brings you to these lands?
Let us talk of other things. Oh, no, that's Gandalf. You're right, that is Gandalf. Your husband, Dunharra, has ridden to the Westfold, leaving the Harrowdale in my hands. Yes. Lady Eowyn has sent the people of Kingstead here to me for shelter, as they wait to travel to Dunharrow, as she kinda has to. Indeed, as she's been commanded to do. And she didn't put herself forward. We have waited long enough. The people of Rohan suffer, but what am I to do? Your part! That's what, lady! Stop your whining. Underharrow is far too small to shelter them all, but I cannot turn them away. They're just passing through. Just help them go through. You're the one with the local resources. I've tried to bring them joy through my music, but the strings have not sung to my people as they once did. Have you tried dancing on rocks? I mean, maybe not personally, but at least you could encourage the children. I wonder what delays Eowyn. The girl is likely off meddling in problems she has no business solving. And for what? Glory? She would do well to learn her people are of greater importance than her foolish charges. Charges? With the men gone to war, Underharrow stands defenseless. Except Eowyn's coming, so they'll be fine. So I just have to sit here and listen to this lady abuse Eowyn? Man, this is a grueling quest. I worry for my people, and I know I alone cannot keep them safe. No, you certainly can't. You might need help from, I don't know, a shield maiden to protect them. And, you know, a burglar. Come, I wish to look upon the Snowborn. All right, let's do that. Can we run? No, we can't. We're just gonna mosey. We'll carry on moseying. Oh, unfortunately, it's not far. Okay. Alas, if only my troubles could flow away in such currents, but our journey will only take us further upstream. Right. That's kind of a... You're sort of literalizing your stream metaphor there, Ellen. Dunberg, what are you doing wielding such things? What? He's arming himself. He's defending the town. Have we not talked about this? Now is the time to aid our people, not run wildly through Harrowdale with a dagger. But, Mother, the dead men. Nonsense. Now return to our hall and help people settle in. I've told you once, I've told you 100 times. I shall be there soon, my dear, and put those things away. Lady Eowyn would believe me. The dead are in the valley. Oh, Dunberg. Yeah, I bet Eowyn would believe him. She doesn't think she already knows everything.
Will you aid the horse lords?
No matter how I try to sway her, my daughter idolizes Eowyn. Well, see, there you go. While I admire her passion, she is still too young of age to follow such a charge. Again, your use of the word charge puzzles me. Come, let us return to the mead hall. There we can talk more of what is to be done. Well, one thing that there is to be done is to spend less time talking to you, unpleasant lady. Do you have any more shade to throw, Ellen? Now you know all they need to know about us. Well, maybe I do. We have little more time to speak idly. Good. Or even to idly speak. The burdens of Edoras have fallen on Underharrow. No, they haven't. They're just passing through. Yes, I'll aid you. Ungrateful woman. And reinforced leggings of Kingstead. Oh, maybe my boots are soon to come.
There is work to be done here.
Before you arrived, I had a feast prepared for the refugees from Edoras as well as my own people. With so many taking shelter here, it is hardly a full meal for any of them, but it is all we can spare. If you would, gather the food in the mead hall and set the tables for the refugees. I prefer some amount of decorum, even if my hall is destined to be slathered in filth and overrun with more people than it is ever housed. Oh, good grief. Get over yourself. Let them feast. They need the hope, and I need... No wonder your mead hall is set up like that. You're like, oh, I must not, like, actually be near the peasants. Man. Okay. No, I got that, I guess. Fine. Okay, barrel of swords and prepared food. Oh, so, yeah, Kobold Warlord. Ellen Fremedon is a joke. The name Ellen Fremedon is a phrase from the opening of Beowulf. It's an Anglo-Saxon phrase. Ellen Fremedon it's one of the famous. It's part of the. I can't remember off the top of my. I can't like quote its context in the immediate. It's been too long since I memorized the first 11 lines of Beowulf. The lines that Tolkien used to enter the room reciting. What? Ye Gardanas and Ye Ardagum. Yeah, for opening lines of Beowulf. Ellen Fremedon is an Anglo-Saxon phrase from that famous quote. And so that they took that phrase out of context and assigned it as a woman's name, Ellen Fremedon, because it sounds like a woman's name, it's a joke. It's a philological joke, which Tolkien would love, by the way. Like, that's exactly the kind of philological joke that that Tolkien would have absolutely loved. There it is. Thank you, Little Redhead 42. What? We Gardanas en Yerdagum, Theod Kuninga, Thrum Jofrunen, Hotha Athalingas Ellen Fremedon. There it is. There it is. Yeah, right near the beginning. Hilarious. Well, like, to Anglo-Saxonists, hilarious. Okay, what am I doing? Complaining. Oh, sorry, that's what I was doing. I was busy complaining, but I should probably get food. Where am I supposed to get anything? Okay, I guess, hey guys, what's up? More refugees over here. All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to prepare the bounteous and kind-hearted welcome of Ellen Fremedon, but I don't see anywhere to go. Hang on, there's a house I could go into. Let me just try randomly breaking and entering. Man, that's Meadowsailed, yeah? I mean, really dominates the horizon here. It's pretty cool. Hi there. Sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt it. Sorry. Am I you guys are... Okay, never mind. You guys have any, like, barrels of swords or anything? No, you're bored, huh? Why don't you hang out with... Try dancing on rocks. Okay, no. Boy, those kids really need a little... Oh, hang on a second. I forgot something super important. Cosmetic upgrade! I got... Oh, of course, my leggings are going to be utterly invisible. But let's see. Where are they? Okay. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's just... Yeah. But they're under there. So I'm wearing, like, the reinforced Kingstead underwear beneath my my long cloak there. So that's fine. I can't wait for my boots. Then I'll have the complete local set. I love dressing in the complete local set of the landscape that I'm traveling through. But hang on. Where's Odd Job? What was his name? Oddwald. That was it. Have you guys seen... the only smith I see is this dude. Doesn't he look like he's polishing a shield? It looks like he's stitching it. It's like, you do realize what you're holding there, don't you, dude? Okay. There's a supplier. Seriously. Alright, it says I'm like right here. But I don't see anything. Smithy's across the river? Across the river? There's more across the river? No way. Oh, that's for the meat hall quest? Okay. Oh, over there. Right, little camp. Okay. They sure are spread out here for being such a small town. Why would they do that? Why would they build their town on both halves of the river separated? But I mean, I can understand, like, the far bank wasn't, you know, congenial over there, and I guess that's sort of a high point, slightly elevated terrain. But it's kind of weird. Like, how do you defend yourself when your town is... I guess this isn't really a home. It's just the... Smithy? Does Ordwald, not Oddwald, does Ordwald, like, have particularly pungent body odor or something that they're like, we know just the spot for you, the other side of the river? Like, it's a little weird. So first you tell me to carry something that's like bigger than myself, and then you put it up on top of another barrel. What is going on here? Sorry. Then you put it on top of another barrel so that you... Like, I can't even reach it. That's just taunting. Maybe he's a tanner as well? Well, that would be a reason to put him on the other side of the river for sure. Poor Ordwald. Anyway, I'm going to answer some lore questions while I'm, like, shuffling things about here. Let's see. Just a Doggy asked, how do orcs reproduce? I never heard about female orcs in the movie. Saruman seemed to have grown them in sacks in the mud. Yeah, I've talked about this before, in the normal way. When a mommy orc and a daddy orc love each other very much. No, seriously, they sexually reproduce. There are female orcs. Well... They're never mentioned, and this means one of two things. Either they're not mentioned because they're not around, or they're not mentioned because they are, they're not mentioned because they're... Okay, that's it. Now I pick up a barrel of armor. Okay, fine. So either they're not mentioned because they're kept back at home, you know, like... as breeding stock, and so like one option is that, you know, maybe male orcs, maybe, yeah, I could imagine Morgoth doing this. If the male orcs are the warriors, Morgoth would probably arrange it so that he'd probably alter them so that like 80% of the children were male, right? And then the 20% of the females could be like kept, you know, back at the base, like in constant breeding state and like always pumping out baby orcs, so that they're always like, you know, pregnant and never come out. That would be one option, I could imagine. The other option would be that male and female orcs are both equally strong, fearsome, and savage, and that you have in fact met many female orcs and just didn't really know about it. That's also possible. But I don't, and I'm not sure which is more likely, honestly. But we know that they do. We know that they do reproduce in the normal way. The sacks of mud thing, I think, was a bad choice. I mean, on the one hand, look, as I said in the interview yesterday, I really respect Peter Jackson for the way in which he, followed Tolkien in keeping, any kind of, sort of sketchy sexual implications out of the films. I thought that was an excellent choice on his part, and I hope that Amazon follows suit. But at the same time, it was there we go. But at the same time, it's misleading. I mean, he made it look like Saruman just like spawned them, in those sacks in the mud, like they were derived from mud, constructed in some way. Because Pillow Combat, Saruman does not create them in a special way due to his powers. He creates them in a special way by interbreeding them with men. And that is very explicit in the books. Treebeard calls it, a black evil. And it absolutely is. Saruman has mingled orcs with men. That is, he's brought them to reproduce. Let's just say that. Anyway, so that's... no, here's a top-heavy load. Yikes. Anyway, So yeah, I mean, again, this is all, fairly, they don't talk about, he doesn't talk explicitly in the Lord of the Rings about orc reproduction, but he does a lot of discussion of orcs elsewhere that you can read, and it's pretty clear that they operate. You can even imply it from what Frodo says about orcs in the beginning of the Two Towers, when he talks about how, they're not like constructs. They are, they eat and drink like everything else. And so therefore, presumably they also have to reproduce sexually and can't, split themselves like amoeba or anything like that. So yeah. Yep. Iwanar, I think that seems to me a perfectly legitimate theory about female orcs, that they would have nightmarish lives. Of course, we don't see them in the stories. They are being bred like cattle in some facility somewhere to produce armies as fast as possible. Absolutely. That's exactly, I think, I don't think that's an inescapable conclusion, but I think it a very likely conclusion. Yeah.
I see the question in your eyes.
Why have you toiled to bring these barrels here? No, why do I have to endure a long speech by you is really the question in my eyes. Why does the sweat so sting your eyes? What good has it done to carry these weapons and armor to me? Where will they stay? The Lady of Harrowdale's eyes are angry embers as she springs her trap. Look, it has done no good. By gift of birth, Éowyn commands some little measure of respect, and I give it to her, but she has sent only trouble to Harrowdale. Do you see these swords and spears? Do you see this armor? She has sent to me townsfolk and children, the aged and the infirm. She sent no warriors. She has no warriors, Ellen. Honestly. She sent no one to wield the bright blade or brandish the sharp spear. These folk will die just as easily here as at Edoras. Good thing they're not staying. There is no purpose to this migration. If my husband falls and those who ride with the king are defeated, there is no safety in all of Rohan. This is the cause of my reproach. Your reproach is totally illogical. Éowyn plays at war as she always has, but there are women in Rohan who truly know what is at stake. I am one of these. You are a jerk.
Enough words. I've spoken plainly and I've nothing more to say.
Yeah. Whatever. You have anything to say to your daughter, who obviously has 10 times your sense? Good grief. Lady Eleni, the orcs were modified from the Avari elves to slavery to begin with, if your memory serves you right. Yes, that's what is said in the Silmarillion. But that is but one theory. One of Tolkien's... Oh, hang on. I'm supposed to... I'll carry it all in one load. Of course I am. Tolkien was very undecided about orcs. Orcs were a big problem. And that was one theory that he had for explaining orcs. I don't mean to say that he never explained them, like it never occurred to him to try to explain where orcs came from. I'm already placing. Okay, there we go. Well, that looks kind of like multiplying the... Well, it's not the loaves and the fishes. It's the ribs and the baguettes. Anyway, he had an explanation for them originally. It's just that the original explanation would no longer suit when he made other philosophical changes to the story as it went along. In particular, like that speech of Frodo's that I mentioned, where he's like, yeah, the enemy cannot make new things of itself. Like the orcs are not constructs. That's not his phrase, Frodo's phrase. But what he's saying is the orcs are not, they're not constructs. They're living creatures that were merely corrupted and twisted by the enemy, not made, fashioned, fabricated by him, manufactured by him. But the problem was, in Tolkien's original stories, that's exactly what the orcs were. They were fabricated. They were manufactured by Melkor. But then Tolkien decided, no, I don't want that. That's not going to... Oh, good. Ellen Fremedon is gone. Anyway, he decided... And so he changed his mind. So he decided that's not... I'm going to hold that it is true that evil cannot create new things like that. So therefore, I've got to come up with a new theory about the orcs. But there are other problems with the elf origin theory. Serious problems. Like, where do they go when they die? And most importantly, do they have free will? How is it that Morgoth is able so thoroughly to abrogate the free will of children of Iluvatar? That's a big problem. That's a big question. And Tolkien never solved this. So the elf theory, the corrupted elf theory, was one of the solutions that he proposed to this. But it wasn't the only one, and he didn't ever really decide on one. Christopher, when publishing the Silmarillion, had to choose, and so he chose that one. Okay.
I did not think to find Ellen
I did not think to find out. Yeah, you didn't think to find her so cold?
If we can.
I totally did. Eowyn called it. No one save the forces of Saruman are to blame for the unenviable situation in which we find ourselves, but I understand her frustration. We should aid her if we can. Well, I'm happy to aid her and the people, but... Yeah. I don't understand her frustration. Like, she just seems to have a personal issue with Eowyn. She seems to be envious, which is ironic, right? I mean, if Ellen Fremedon is envious of Eowyn, who feels herself restrained and limited, that would be interesting. Okay, I spoke with some of the folk of Underharrow while you were recovering equipment from the blacksmith, and they told me a group of orcs and wargs had threatened the peace of Dunharrow. The townsfolk have been used to these foes lurking in the mountains, but of late they have journeyed too near to the towns for comfort. Dealing with these creatures will allow us to send two messages, one no less important than the other. The first will serve as a warning to the orcs that Harrowdale is not theirs for the taking. The second message is for Ellen Fremedon, telling her that she does not stand alone. Her worries are ours, and she need not give up the hope of survival. Let us defeat orcs and wargs, collecting tokens from each so that we may send these two messages. I also wish to see the Dark Door of Dunharrow. I know, right? I will meet you near it, for only few would speak of it, and only then in whispers. It fills me with curiosity. I'm with you, Horn, though I know it's going to be a little bit yet before Grifflet gets to go through the Dark Door. Obviously, Grifflet can't go before Aragorn through the Dark Door. That would not pan out. Is she back in the mead hall? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think she is. Let me talk to her about the food business before the food gets stale. Pillow Combat says, honestly, I think it's fine to just assert that nobody knows how orcs came to be. Sure, but Tolkien was not satisfied with that. He really wanted to solve the problem. Where did she go? So now, after all this, she's going to crown her rudeness by hiding from me? So I've got to, what, hunt her down? Oh, there she is again. She's back. Fine.
If you will help us, then do so.
We simply cannot house this many people. Yeah, just send them along, lady. The mead hall will do as shelter for now, but I can only be relieved. I shall only be relieved once everyone has gone to Underharrow. Fine. I'd imagine the mess. You know, I'm not planning to help you with the mess.
If not, be gone.
With so much ado in Underharrow, my daughter has again slipped out of my sight. When will Dunburg learn? To brazenly seek glory at her age is at best foolhardy, and at worst, I wish not to think of such things. I pray she turns to the mastery of music rather than that of the blade. Each time so far I have had to drag her out of the trees to the south and sit her down within my view. She prattles on endlessly about the dead, but I tire of such stories, especially since they might drive her into harm's way. If you would, search to the south of the town, please, and send her home. Okay.
There is work to be done here.
I know not if you have heard of such things since your arrival here, but my people have expressed an uneasiness about venturing out of town. Oh, you mean like your daughter, whom you completely ignore? Both young and old have told me fanciful tales of spirits lurking under the cover of the trees, but I cannot believe them. Why not? You, live near Underharrow. You don't believe in the spirits of the dead? Knowing the past as I do, the dead men never venture beyond the darkened paths. Okay, so you do believe in them. You just don't realize that times are special, and you think you know more than everyone else, obviously. I would ask that you investigate the trees outside Underharrow, for it is there that people have heard such things. Okay. I'm supposed to search. No, wait. Oh, she means that literally. Like, look at trees, not search among the trees, meaning like in the woods. Okay. All right, so south of town? Oh, right, because south is towards Underharrow. Sure. Okay. But I'm looking for orcs and wargs. Okay. Wait a second. Who's over there? Oh, I've got tree spirits. So the dead are wandering next to Oddjob over there? On the other side of the river? Oddjob the malodorous? Okay, hang on. Oh, here's a suspicious tree. Whoa! Who are you? Is that your own beard? It's not, is it? It's tied onto the teeth of that skull? That is deeply strange. Deeply, deeply strange. So it's like a necromantic orc cult, I guess? So it's obviously somebody else used to wear that beard. Yeah, and the body paint, it was all skeleton-like, right? That's really interesting. Hang on. Let's do this a little burglariously there, Grifflet. And first we sneak up, and then wallop. Oh, that was a fairly weak wallop from stealth. That was a poor showing, Grifflet. Okay. I could have burgled him first. What did he do? Did he poison me? Ugh. Wait, what's this? Ill skirmishes? Ill omens? Must be a special thing going on. Alright. Another suspicious tree. Boom! Look at the paintings on his feet, right? You've even suggested, like, exterior phalanges. And I like your little patella painting. That's cute. Can I... Hang on. Will you just ruthlessly turn to face me? Could you just turn around? I want to see you behind. Well, I'll just have to look next time I kill one of your companions, I guess. Didn't really pay attention. I was too busy attacking from stealth. Whoa. Up close and personal with my legendary items. Okay. I thought that bush was glowing. Search 5 trees and 1 bush. Okay. All right, we're sneaking. Oh, hey there.
My parents say that strangers might be dangerous.
Well, look, I'm your height, so how dangerous could I be? I cannot fully understand why she wishes for me to sit by in Underharrow while our people remain fearful of what lurks in Harrowdale. I know she won't believe me, but you do, don't you? Absolutely. Yeah, what's rustling in the bushes? Let's take it. The debt. Well, okay, so not really. This is a... Hey! Who's shooting me? Oh, that's just rude. Come over here. Where'd you go? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Great. Thank you. Darn it. Sorry. Too busy spectating. Oh, you are not going to kill Dunberg. That is not okay. I will not stand by and let that happen. Walking trees are one thing, but I draw the line at would-be shield maidens. Yep, they're not the dead. Okay. Yeah. A little more health might have been just the thing. Not in an instance, am I? Fortunately, I don't think they're doing her any harm. Yeah, come here. You. Fortunately, she is stacked. I think Dunberg has really found her calling, because, dang. Yeah, no problem. Okay, I can eat something. I didn't even see. What level are those guys? Wasn't paying attention. All right. Dunberg, you are gonna someday. You're gonna be an awesome tank. That's all I have to say. Okay. What are they? Level 87? Seriously? I'm 4 levels above them? What's the issue here? I don't understand the problem. Okay. I still have to collect warg teeth. And finish searching the trees. Okay, fine. And let me go over... Because I think there's... I should go check on Odd Job over there. Okay. All right, anyway, let me do another lore question. Let's see. Let's see. I'll do another Bill Stickers one. How did the Ring of Barahir get from Elendil/Isildur to Valandil/Elrond? Should it not be lost at the Gladden Fields? I can't remember offhand if this is mentioned explicitly, but I have to imagine that. Hey, Odd Job, have you seen any, you know, dead things or suspicious trees or whatnot? Wargs, maybe? No, you wouldn't have. They're up north, or south of you, aren't they? Okay, never mind. We'll cross the river. Anyway, well, I can just wait it, huh? How about that? So, yeah, the ring. I don't know if it says it explicitly, but my understanding has always been that Isildur left the Ring of Barahir with Valandil when he went to the battle, and this is something that would at least fit. Oh, there was nothing in that one. That one was just a legitimately empty tree. No orcs up that tree. What are the orcs doing, shinnying up these trees anyway? But anyhow, so there we go. Oh, there we go. There's the back. All I had to do was turn my back on him. Right. So you've got the arm bones and the skull. Okay. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the ring. One of the things that seems to me, at least indirectly, to support this is that I don't want to head south yet. In full. One of the things that seems to support this idea is the reference that we get. We don't get it in the Lord of the Rings. We get this in the Disaster of the Gladden Fields in Unfinished Tales, and of course we get it. We get it indirectly, of course, in in the Lord of the Rings, but it's explicitly described, narrated in Unfinished Tales, and that is when Isildur is facing death at the Gladden Fields, he works to save the heirlooms that he has, not the ring, but the shards of Narsil he is carrying with him still, for instance, and he gives those to his esquire to carry north, right? Who brings them to Rivendell. So that what I'm saying is, we know that Isildur is giving thought, and Elendil presumably as well, to the heirlooms of their house, and they know the Ring of Barahir is one of the most ancient heirlooms, that any of the exiles of Numenor had, and so they would certainly want to be careful with this. Do I see wargs up there, or just horses and deer? No. A deer, a horse, and a goat. Everything but, and some orcs. Where are the wargs? Must be south of, or north of town, I guess. Did I get all the trees? I did. Fine. Anyway, they're looking for Mumakil in the trees. Well, you can't be too careful. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's where I would look for them too. I mean, well, first you've got to like look in the underbrush, because that's where they hide, right? They hide in the thick brush beneath the trees. But if you've carefully inspected there and you've found no Mumakil, then you need to look up the trees, because that's the second most likely place for them to be hiding. Anyway, so the ring, I think it's very likely that it was left with Villandil in the first place, with not with Elrond, because Elrond went, but with Villandil. Here I am, searching for wargs to kill. Nothing. All right, hang on, there's something over here. That's not a deer. Wait, aha! Excellent. Harrowing warg. That's great. I see what you did there. Did I just unstealth myself cunningly? Anyway, so that is my understanding / theory about how the ring was not lost. Collected warg teeth. There we go. Very good. Oh no, it's just a crow. Oh, there we go. There's one. Okay. Man, your strikes from stealth today are just lousy, Grifflin. I mean, no offense, dude, but seriously. Any more wargs in Upborn? That would make one interesting thing in Upborn. No, just that crow? Crabine, I know, but anyway. All right. JJ says, so when the narrator in The Hobbit described humans as large, stupid folk making a noise like elephants, he was actually praising their stealth abilities. That's how I've always taken that passage, JJ. Yeah. Making a noise like elephants means moving in complete silence, so that you're not even aware of them until they are suddenly upon you. That's exactly, I think, what he was trying to get at. Okay. I guess I'll talk to Ellen since I'm here in town. And then see if there's anything else going to keep me in town. If not, I'll head up towards Underharrow and find more wargs in that direction.
There is work to be done here.
The dead have no place in Harrowdale, but the orcs, that is a different matter entirely. Perhaps their disguises can fool our elders and the young, but they will not deceive any who have known their kind. I had not expected orcs from the White Mountains, for I thought us at least safe from the White Hand here. This bodes ill for the journey to Underharrow. Okay. Oh, thank goodness Dunburg is safe. She should know better than this. No matter what she may see in Eowyn, a girl of her age does not belong on the battlefield, and I hope she realizes this soon. I know not if the life of a minstrel shall ever befit her, but the path of the Shield Maiden is an arduous one, and she has much still to learn. Okay. Well, you're welcome. Happy to help your kid. Even though you're kind of a jerk. Let's see, I'm looking. I don't want the might ones. Well, it doesn't really matter because it's not an upgrade, so I'm not going to put it on. Okay, oh, look at that. Grifflet is getting up towards level 91. Well, 92. How exciting. Look around you. Do you see how many people take shelter under these trees? We are neither Edoras nor even Middlemead, and to host this many people stretches us far beyond our breaking. Yet even now evil lurks in the mountains above, and what defenses have we? None. The men have gone to the side of the king and left us naught but the shoddy remains of our barricades. I haven't seen a single barricade. I guess there's a little gate to the north. What fear has an orc of a pointed stick? Well, but does he know how to defend himself against a pointed stick? I doubt it. Or a banana. Gather sacks and the armor from about town, for they will... Sacks and the armor. Okay. From around town, for they will remain unused otherwise. Both the sacks and the armor will remain unused. And assemble the crudest warriors you can. If I find any refined warriors, I should leave them behind, right? Only crude ones. Okay, I have to go and I have to screen them for their crudeness and bring the maximally crude to the edge of town. Okay. Okay, assemble them crudely. So if I assemble them well, okay, I'll make a bunch of warriors. Okay, the war draws ever close, and I fear soon the time shall come when we have to flee, with or without Eowyn. The fork that divides the roads to Underharrow and the Hornburg lies just south of here. While my people are destined for Underharrow, I fear that the road to the Hornburg might be overrun, and I cannot help but worry about our journey up the stair of the hold. If you would scout the roads east and west, I would rest more easily. Ooh, so that's the back road? That's the mountain pass that Theoden takes? I've always wanted to see the mountain pass. Do we get to go on the mountain pass? Oh, yeah. I've never been on the mountain pass. I've always been, like, quick traveling and stuff. Okay. That... all this red, I just disbelieve it. I disbelieve it. There are no wargs there. You're just taunting me. Who is that? Which quest is this? Oh, that's the search the roads quest. Okay. So where's the assembling the warriors? It's all behind me, huh? Sacks and armor? Oh wait, I see one. Okay. I see. Random stuff. So we're just leaving random armor in random barrels all over the town. Makes sense. Like you do with enormously high cost armor that costs more than, like, you know, a laborer makes in a year. Okay, I've got some sacking. Okay. Oh, no, that's not sacking. And that's not sacking, that's Ellen Fremedon. Okay. Good, good. Thank you for the sacking, Mr. Supplier. I see you've got a bunch of other sacking, but maybe you're using it. Anybody in this strange lounging party over here have... And that guy. Time for wall propping, but not time for helping me find sacking, huh? There's got to be some down here. Surely. Maybe it's not sufficiently crude. I think you're on it, Phil. That's exactly right. The other sacking that he had was of insufficient crudeness. Yeah. I'm still apparently just skirting around the edges of the centerpiece of the homeland of Sac. Okay. Oh, there we go. Is this my last one? Oh, good. Okay. Assemble warriors of Rohan at Underharrow. Where? Outside the walls? No. Oh, up on the other side? Not down facing the one or two wargs who are, you know, wandering in a desultory fashion next to the river down there? Okay. I don't even see the pointed sticks she was referring to. Maybe if she had more pointed sticks. Wait, ah! There's a stick, but it is not pointed. Well, it's pointed very bluntly. You need a sharper point on your sticks. There's your problem. I think that passes the crudeness test for sure. So we're just going to make scarecrows. Well, scare orcs, I guess. Oh, likely about you think they put them point down? Well, there's your problem too. Who are you going to scare with that? I'll finish up my scare orcs here. Oh man, this whole right-clicking thing is so convenient. I just... Oh man. Okay. Well, that was easy. Now scouting. Oh, getting close to out of time, but I'm feeling like I'm almost done with Underharrow, and I could be finished with Miss Grumpy Pants today. That would be awesome. Okay. Oops, hang on, I think I've missed it. I don't understand. So there's the road. Does it go through? Look at me not Rivendeling that bridge. Okay. I guess we just go this way. Oh yeah, here's a road. Alright. The mountain pass. This totally looks like the mountain pass. I can see why Mary was so impressed by the mountains. I'm scouting. Past the road to Hornburg is clear, but I can't go down it. Oh man. I'm just gonna peek. I'm just gonna peek just a little bit. You know, let me just cross into the next map. I can move my camera so much more easily now, too, that my right click is fixed. There we go. Ooh, the Westfold, right? Here's the mountain pass to Helm's Deep. Nice. Nice. Martin. Grimslade. Sure. Nice. Okay. All right, but back to business, Grifflet. Let's see if you can finish Ellen Fremedon's quests. You've got 11 minutes-ish. Let's see. Can I trade you up yet? Oh, I can. Oh, no, I need another one. And then I can get the last trait on the red line, too. Then I'll start collecting the yellow line, because why not trade all the things? Okay. Strong work, Garyon. Who's a level 60 warhorse? Okay. You know what would be nice right about now? Some wargs. That's what. Any hope? Let me dismount and search over here. Just aha! There is one. How splendid. Boy, still with the weak stabbing from surprise. Is there another one over there? No, it's an orc. And that's an orc. And that's an orc. And that's a crabine. Oh, man. Only 1 out of the 5 mobs on this hillside are wargs. Getting ripped off over here. Okay, yeah, I'll see if I find any up by the Paths of the Dead. That's where I was headed anyway. I love the little arrowhead ripples. Really makes me feel like I'm making time, you know what I mean? Okay. Come, carry on. Let us continue south. And here's the camp. You know, the real camp, which is no inconvenience to Ellen Fremedon. The place where, you know, everyone's actually heading. There's kind of a strangely large number of warriors in here. This sort of looks like the army camp, but the army's not here yet. Aren't you guys supposed to be in Helm's Deep? Come on now. What are you skulking around here for? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna head up. I'll see you guys. Stop. Pukelman alert. So, as usual, you know, what's the rule? You know, come to Lotro, where the distances are small and the objects are enormous, right? You know, that's, yeah. An enormous Pukel person. but I like it. The face is creepy. And they all have the same moss growing out of their mouths that makes it look like they're drooling. So, I'm going the right way, right? Yeah, I am. Yeah. Likely, but I'm not a big fan of mounted combat myself either. It's tedious, and it takes a long time. See, I can imagine that for hunters it would be kind of awesome. The winding path is wreathed by the ancient Pukul men, but it is otherwise clear. It's clear for everything except ancient statues? I'd better warn her. Considering that the Pukul men are like on the standard of her town, she's probably been briefed about that. I say it because I'm not a ranged combat artist. Yeah, well, no, I'm not. Never played a hunter. Oh, nice. So these black stones are mentioned in the text. Oh, this is gorgeous. Love the snowy mountains. So we're in the White Mountains now. The purple flowers. The ancient, somewhat disturbing black stones that lead on this road. Isn't there a stable master somewhere around here? Whose acquaintance I ought to be making? No? And it's Eowyn! Hi, Eowyn, you made it! This isn't an out-of-sequence quest, is it? Woo, 95.
Weigh heavily upon me.
Your uncle's choice to ride to Minas Tirith? Yeah, that is so not where I am, Eowyn. Hang on. Okay, talk to you later, Eowyn of the future. I thought that coming here might be a mistake. At least chronologically speaking, a mistake. Alright, are there wargs up here, at least? Let me see. Oh, I'm totally going to do the Path of the Dead, just not today. Oh, look at this. There we go. A ripe field of wargs for the harvest. Why are these wargs lower level than the ones down the hill when this is a higher level area? Weird. Maybe that one was just the runt of the litter. I guess so. Okay. Okay. Talk to Horn at the Dark Door, huh? We can do that. Who are the mobs here? Okay, we got those death orcs and wargs. Okay. Trying to see if there are any dead wandering about yet. Ooh, inscriptions and skulls. Like it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, runes, but not the familiar runes. Unfamiliar runes. That's great. The Dimholt. Oh, it's dark and creepy. It is super dark and creepy. Horn, you up here? There you are. Oh, man. Oh, this is fantastic. Completed Kingstead exploration, huh? I've been everywhere. The way is shut. Huh, Horn? I'm going to dismount because I don't want to accidentally go into the Paths of the Dead. That'd be awkward. Where was the dead guy? I mean, the living guy who died. Oh man, those skeletons holding like the skeleton sunbursts with their mouths gaping open like they're screaming. That's intense. And the skull walls, that's like traditional. That is traditional to the necropolises of Angmar anyway. I love the like skull design in the rock above the door there. The green flames. The hand reaching up over the shield there. So good. The stone carving of bones with runic inscriptions on them. Oh, man. It's really cool. I don't think it works, though. What I mean is, like, sure, this place is the place of the dark door of the dead now, but was it always? I guess so. So if we, that is to say, I mean, this place is supposed to be a place which became accursed after the, curse of Isildur. Not that it was like, I don't think the dead people like elaborately said like, okay, we've got to spookify it now in order to stay within our new idiom. Like I can't imagine that they did a big old renovation project to be like, let's make it more goth to match, our new look, now that Isildur has cursed us. And I doubt that they'd made it this way in advance. But they didn't worship Morgoth. Sauron was their thing. Not Morgoth. But anyway, yeah, no, they did. But here's the thing, is that Dunharrow, it's unclear what the point of Dunharrow was, right? Like the ancient path with those black stones alongside it, that warning pillar in the middle leading up to this door, were always the point of Dunharrow, right? Who was the culture who lived here? What purpose did they use for it? Well, looking at the door, I'm going with necropolis, right? That's kind of, I'm getting something, I'm not sure, I can't put my finger on it, but something about this is giving me a dead people burial ground kind of feel. So I've got to think that this was intended by the original makers to be a dead thing, so that it was supposed to be, a place of the dead even before it got taken over by the Oathbreakers, who were not the original inhabitants necessarily. There's whole like glimpses into even more and more ancient cultures that once came here to this place in Dunharrow, not only before the Rohirrim, but you've got implications that maybe the Woses are involved because of the Pukelmen. But are the Woses the original culture, or did the Woses? Because see, I have a theory about that. My theory: Pukelmen are guardian statues. They're watch statues. My theory is that this dead place was here before the Woses came. But the Woses found this place, and they were like, this place is some kind of sketchy. And so they put the Pukelmen along the path to guard either like to warn people coming up or to guard against any of the dead coming down. And I think that the old dude who keels over dead when Aldor and Balder find the or Brago find the thing. find the door, right? The guy who's standing there and says the way is shut. I totally think he was a Wose. Sorry, the Woses are the wild men of the woods. Hanbury Han and company. Hanbury Han, which I enjoy saying. Not often, though, or else I will totally lose my voice. Anyway, Horn, what do you have to say for yourself?
That is the dark door, and beyond are the paths where the dead are said to walk.
Yes, your heart is heavy with dread, but so too it is filled with a sense of wonder. I'm with you. You must know the story of Isildur and the men of the mountain even better than I, for you have journeyed with the Dunedain. Aragorn is the first of that line I have met, and then only briefly. He strikes me as a most unusual man. We were not long in Edoras together, but I did mark him to be skilled with words. Perhaps in time of peace he could delight the ear with tales of his people, and may yet before all is done. I would ask for a different tale than that which concerns Isildur and the Oathbreakers. Perhaps something with joy in it. For now, let's move away from the Dark Door. I'm glad to have seen it, but I will be gladder still to leave it behind us. Agreed. Bring the Orc sigils and Warteeth to Ellen Fremedon. Okay, time to get back to Ellen Fremedon. All right, Horn. I'm going to head back to Ellen Fremedon, and I got to go because I'm already late. So I'm just going to mithril coin it down to Ellen Fremedon from here. There we go. Whoa. Mithril coin straight into Ellen Fremedon's personal space. All right. But I'm going to postpone the very great pleasure of 3 more conversations with Ellen Fremedon until next time, unfortunately. And then we will resume and see where we get sent up from here. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. This has been a lot of fun. I'm so excited to be able to right-click. I can barely even contain myself. Thank you guys for coming with me, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.